able to hear him at all.
Okay.
But he can. If you can text us on the. Okay, here we go. We're here. Okay, guys. It's Craig Pasta and Matt Weinglass. We're here continuing our live stream. We are at the protest Thursday night. This is the night Kamala Harris is giving her speech. This is the final opportunity for the people in the street to come out and stand up against the genocide, against the war machine. There's been a lot of pushback from which we were expecting from the police, from the Chicago police, making examples of the protesters and journalists, for that matter, sending a message the other night, sending them away in zip ties, putting them in vans, and letting them know, hey, there is punishment for freedom of speech. There's punishment for non-violent resistance, and all of this action out here has been non-violent resistance. So yeah, here's our team. That's me and Pasta out here. We got Leslie here as well. Yeah, power in numbers, baby. We're gonna stand with the people here and see how far.
Power to the people.
Exactly, power to the people. And let's hope the cops don't try to make another example of the people here today that are shouting as loud as they can, free Palestine and end the genocide. Ceasefire immediately, I guess is what that's all we're saying as well. But we're saying end the occupation is really the main thing. What we're going to do now, we're going to move a little further in, see what's going on in the middle of this thing. So far, if you want to turn along here, so Leslie. March is started. We're in the middle of this right now. This is the kind of messaging that you're just not going to get on mainstream. The right-wing pundits out there, even what you would consider populist media, they are going to be saying the opposite of what we're seeing right here. They're going to be saying that these people are violent. They're hateful. They got all their talking points ready to go. And if you're not paying attention, you're not going to see it with your own eyes. That's the exact opposite of that. This is peaceful.
We're the opposite of violence.
Exactly. Yeah. So here we go. Peaceful demonstrator right here.
That's right. They are. Unfortunately, it's the other side of bringing the violence.
Only people understood.
Sir, have you been out here all week, or is this your first time out?
I was a Julian Assange guy for many years. What happened in Rue, we kept on saying, listen, you might not agree with this guy with the chickens. He's going to come home from Rue, and they're going to go after somebody that you agree with, and now people
Let's
are
see
all
the sign here.
like, how could this happen?
Yeah.
So I wish nothing but the best for the Rue.
Palestinian resistance.
I love it.
Yeah. Now, have you been hearing some of the pushback we were just talking about, as far as like this painting the protesters in Chicago as violent, as hateful?
I'm on Twitter, so I get more like the real news, and then my ex watches mainstream. And I don't know how she can even watch it. I don't know how she can. She knows what's happening, but she's got a stronger constitution than me. because I know what's happening. I know what they're saying. I know the lies they're telling. That's just their MO and has been 4 or 5 decades, I would think.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Well, good to have you out here, my friend. Good to see you out here. All right.
I think the next time, and there will be a next time because it will be necessary because the empire is not going to go down. I'm hoping at least twice as many. But I won't be happy because I see enough to make a difference.
Well, that's my concern. Well, a lot of us are talking about like after this next couple months, after the election, where does this movement go? Obviously, the people in Gaza are still dying. They're still getting their lives destroyed. But where does this movement go after the election?
It's going to continue to confront empire. As far as its own story, it's going to continue. At least I'm going to continue to confront empire. I don't have a, intention of stopping, and I'm sure that the people who put this all together are no different than me. We're coming. We're the ones that are going to be doing the speaking from here out. And they're going to be hearing us louder and louder. This is pathetic compared to what I see in the global south, in Yemen and so forth. I mean, it's sad to me and it hurts. I'm glad that this gets around. I just about cried that I got some PC at 20. There was just not enough people to make up for all the people dying over there, not even to make up for one.
Yeah.
At least they came out. And I came out just so that one person in Palestine might know. There was a guy that told a story at the Jill Stein event about a little boy that he knew how much this guy had been tortured and asked him what he was going to do when he got back. Was he going to be silent? And the little boy, in spite of the horrors he faced, a smile spread across his face. And that's why, it's one reason I'm out here. There's a smile on everybody's names. Every other one. Anyone who's been exposed to what has happened, anyone who's been exposed to the Hind Rajat story that was told by Al Jazeera in The Night Never Ends or The Night Won't End, harrowing. You will not be on only one side of this. You'll be on the only right side of this if you watch that film alone. You don't have to see hundreds, literally hundreds of beheaded, dismembered people coming down my timeline,
Yeah. We can't.
I'm not going to shut it off because they can't shut it off.
Yeah.
They can't shut it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep at it, man. Appreciate your time. We'll appreciate it. Okay.
Maybe I'll see you next.
Yeah, we'll see you again.
From Chi-Town?
We're out from LA. We're doing a podcast out here. We're joining up with other multi-media,
not exist. That's what polls show. So when most of their population says that Israel shouldn't exist, there's not a partner for peace there.
What about the other way around? How many percentage of Israelis would you think that Palestine should not exist?
I'd say that at least 60 to 70% of Israel would like to see peace next to Palestinians.
That's very interesting.
Every year, because they aren't ever partners for peace, and people are losing hope in the idea of having a two-state solution. So that's unfortunate. But when they keep paying people to be terrorists in Israel, when they keep committing terrorist attacks in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, that makes people hopeless for a two-state.
What would you define as a terrist act? Are you familiar with
rabbing random Jews in Jerusalem? Going and bombing buses during the Intifada.
Fair enough. Do you know about the Dahaya doctrine, the Hannibal doctrine?
Yes.
Okay, are those not considered terrorist acts of sorts? Or documentation that would be considered a terrorist act? Killing your own people, or bombing a residential neighborhood to smithereens in hopes that you scare a population out of there, that could be considered terrorism.
That Israel's done that relative to bombings. There is some speculation that they've done that on October 7th. And unfortunately, this is another thing that's been created by Hamas, because they've literally made it so that one Israeli citizen is worth thousands of Palestinian prisoners, most of which are criminals. And so you created a situation essentially where Israel has to make a horribly difficult choice to say, if this person's life is in danger, what are we going to do? Because it's putting more Israelis in danger to have them kidnapped and go into Gaza.
Well, that is argumentative. What I'm trying to find out the difference between bombing civilians and a terrorist act, which you say Hamas is. I'm not trying to,
Israel's
you
not
know,
intentionally bombing civilians.
they are bombing a lot of civilians, though. Okay, so okay, we got it. Sorry, officer. No doubt.
We know we have evidence of
Sorry, guys. Can I go down the middle? Apologize. Yes, sir. I'm going to get cut out right over here in front of everybody.
Okay,
Right behind you, sir. Sorry.
5170.
Right behind you, sir. Sorry.
Are you?
I don't know if you can hear me, but that was some interesting exchanges over there. We were wondering where the Israeli supporters would be. And by the way, I can't hear because I got my boom mic put in. But we were wondering where the counter-protesters would be and what their opinions were. And we were able to get it, you know. And, you know, he said you can't even speak to these people and not. And I'm saying, well, I just recorded you having a conversation, talking to somebody about this. Somebody else yelled to this other guy who was telling them to leave. Hey, everybody has a right to their opinion, no matter how drastic or harsh or bad you might think it is. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech. And they're allowed to have that opinion about what's going on, and I think it was a healthy conversation. And obviously, to be as much of an activist today as I am a journalist and documenting, I want to kind of see what's going on. But I couldn't hold back. I had to ask some questions. And it's interesting because it's the same talking point since October 7th. But that guy had an historic kind of point of view, very, very similar to what RFK had said about Jews being oppressed and how that land being rightfully theirs. So it's very interesting. We're going to get back to the protest. Pasta Jardula, homeless to go, pasta to go, combo couch. We're all out here. We're doing it. We're having a great time.
Streaming right now. The homeless left on Rumble. We got pasta to go on, and the combo couch on YouTube and on Rumble. So we're just ad-libbing this. We're in two different areas right now, so we're gonna have tech issues along the way. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. I just made a switch over to a new phone, so we have full power now. So we're gonna keep the conversation going here. What we're seeing right now, look, go ahead and check out these cops over here. Of course, they're lined up in advance. Yeah, we're seeing the cops. Obviously, at every intersection, they're ready to move. It's called setting up perimeter. We saw a lot more of that 2 nights ago. They had a perimeter on the entire bunch. This one, I have to say, I'm pretty. It's not as intimidating this time around, but that can change. This is just right now, so we might get more of the intimidation factor. And ultimately, what it comes down to is they give you that warning. They warn everyone, we're about to make arrests. So here's your warning. If you don't comply, we will take your First Amendment away from you. So you have a choice. You either comply or we snatch your rights from you. There's no choice. We saw that happen in real time 2 nights ago. It could happen here today too, but I have to say the good news is this is very, it has a good feeling right now in the air. We're feeling a positivity. Yes, the police have definitely set their perimeter, but it doesn't have that intimidating vibe just yet, and it could change. It can certainly change. I don't know, I'm not able to hear Jayme, I'm not able to hear you in the studio because I have to go with the mic that we have in the hands. I don't have the one in the ear right now. We only have one option for sound. So I figured it's better you guys at home hear my voice than I can hear Pasta or Jayme right now. We're gonna maybe get some other interviews. I think what happened was earlier, what I think I saw going on in the other box was it seemed that Pasta was communicating with one of the Zionists. That's what I kind of saw because it was some Israeli flags. We like that discourse, so we're gonna try and look for more discourse opportunity, engaging in conversation with these guys. Oh, I have to mention that. We saw a sign up. The first sign I saw, the biggest sign when we arrived here, we didn't get a shot of it because we had to move these guys. The first sign we saw, it says, "Look up Nakba." Look it up. And that's a great place to start the conversation. If they don't know what that is and they're wrapped in Israeli flags and they don't know what the reference is, you got to tell these guys, you guys better. Problems, but it looks like we got both cameras back on. Both cameras are back on. I don't think we're going to be able to meet up with Craig, so we want to give a shout out to Jayme in the studio with us, helping us along, because Pasta and myself and Leslie here, we are basically going with the flow here. We don't have all of our senses in place. We don't have all our eyes and ears, so we just have to kind of wing it. So we do appreciate the help from the studio, keeping us moving forward as we figure out all of our tech problems along the way. But this is it. This is the moment. This is the moment that we see where this thing goes, because this is the last night. Everybody kind of goes home tomorrow. So how many people will end up behind bars? How many people will just go home? How many people will actually make an impact tonight? That's what we're looking forward to seeing. I'll pass it over to you guys, Jayme in the studio, or Craig, if you want to take over from here. It's looking like, I don't know if you're talking right now, Jayme. I can't hear you right now, but it's looking like Pasta's having a little bit of tech issues on his camera, which is fine. So we'll just keep it going this way. You want to film again? I'm going to see if we can get some more conversations going. The one thing we know for sure, mainstream Trump government can hear us. That we know. We know that for a fact. We know that the elitists, the globalists, the donor class are gathering together in the United Center right now. We know they don't care about what's going on out here. In fact, they're doing everything they can to make sure nobody knows that people are out here at all. These events are deliberate, wiping it out of mainstream. There's no conversation about it at all. One of the best examples we saw of that last night, and we recorded it on earlier in the show, you guys, earlier today, was the Gray Zones. Max Blumenthal inside the convention last night, asking actual questions about funding genocide, funding the military-industrial complex, asking the politicians in the room. They refused to talk to him. He pushed back. they demanded that the Gray Zone give them their footage. That happened last night. Then YouTube coordinated an attack on their channel, and they were banned from actually doing any more reporting from inside the convention center. Imagine that. The only news outlet inside the convention center, the Gray Zone, asking actual questions, holding politicians accountable, got their YouTube channel censored last night from even reporting anything about this convention at all. We need to let people out here know that too. But you know what? I think the sentiment out of here is, who cares? We're out here they're doing their thing either way. It doesn't really matter what they're doing inside that room. What matters is principle. We're out here. If anybody in Gaza and Palestine has any access to this or is being told any of this, anybody who's grieving over the loss of their family, the loss of their lives, the loss of everything that they've known, if they even have any sense of hope that this is happening right now in Chicago, maybe that's good enough. Maybe that's good enough. But we hope that Max can get back in there. We hope that other news outlets like ours, we are able to find other ways that we can engage with the politicians and hold them accountable on camera. And then we share this shit out. We show that they're non-answers. We show them turning around and walking the other way. And then we show when they grab for the footage, they say, erase that immediately. You're not allowed to ask questions. So we're all doing our part.
Yeah.
Out of your house! Out of your house!
Okay. Here we go. I want to make sure that the mic is working now. Can one of our viewers let us know that we can be heard right now? Jungle Jer, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now, Jungle Jer? He said yes to the mic, but I wasn't sure if there was a follow-up. Mic is working. Awesome. And this, yes, we're here with Leslie. Someone's asking about Leslie. Okay, sorry, I saw the mute. Okay. Shut it down. That's the sentiment out here. And this is one of our homeless lefties. This is Leslie. She does our talking back segment, engages out here. We talked about that on the show. This is a great,
Hello, Kamala!
great vibe.
Hello, Kamala!
It's very positive energy.
Hello, Kamala! Hello, Kamala!
Earlier.
Hello, Kamala! Chicago, make some noise!
So yeah, some very vocal people with a positive, strong message. It's going to be very difficult. I think if I was on the Chicago police, getting my triple overtime right about now, it'd be a lot harder to pretend that this movement is violent.
We taught you with genocide! DNC, you can hide! We taught you with genocide! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Come on, Rabbi, to the sea! Palestine will be free! You gotta say it louder! Come on, Rabbi, to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Genocide Joe, you can hide! We charge you with genocide! You can hide! We charge you with genocide! You can hide! We charge you with genocide! DNC, you will see! Palestine will be free! DNC, you will see! Palestine is almost free! From the river to the sea! Palestine is almost free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! Free Palestine!
He's not answering.
Free Palestine!
Sorry about that.
Who speaks?
Our streets!
Who speaks?
Our streets!
Alright, so I want to just do one more time before I go to the leader. We're going to keep on moving.
Where is he? Try to guess where Costa.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win.
Why is he not putting me in? Oh, there we go. Here we go.
It's a crime!
Okay.
Free Palestine!
Okay.
It's a crime! Palestine! Free Palestine! Free!
Yeah, we're on a rumble right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Here, let's see if you want to just okay.
So I saw that and everybody else. Mostly just, to watch the conservative. But I can get behind, the ages. I'm that side I ended for USA district.
So why do you suppose that the candidate that's been the populist guy, he ran on
Palestine!
just as
Doubling down when you go into the RNC, they had like Israel flag up, Israel first, which I think some people that even worse with them. But I like to understand how this could be going on out here, and this is being reported as pro-Hamas, and not to mention the Democratic Convention. That's what they're saying, that the DNC is anti-Israel, when the protesters out here are challenging the DNC. The message of the people out there.
Yeah, it really throws the whole political compass like a skew. I don't know, nobody knows who anybody is. Like, that's also one of
Can you fold it? Thank you. The crowd can't hear him. Yeah. Thank you.
That's also maybe like one of the reasons for wearing the cap.
Understand that we actually do have more in common than they want us to believe. I wonder what do you think as far as where this movement goes after November, regardless of if it's Eric or Trump moving forward. Where does this movement go? Like, who's the where do we find each other? Are there more of you out there?
Clear rights are under attack. What do we do? What do we do?
I don't know where they are.
But you're still planning to vote for Trump, regardless, even though you're here showing your support.
Yeah.
Are you hopeful that does he have any anti-war message that people want at this point, or does he have the best option?
I think enthusiasm. There was no there didn't have the same emotional gravitas that you did in 2016. The first day of the DNC, they played that smear video, like that little short clip of him, and to show look at this bad guy. And I was thinking the conservatives saying that stuff, maybe it was that's the guy that was campaigning in 2016, and now they're just they're more alike than
So it sounds not good.
I tend to agree with you. You're saying basically both parties actually are more similar than ever before, and these conventions are just an opportunity to put some theater together to pretend that they're actually any different at all, it seems, especially with these little videos that play up front. I kind of agree with that.
I get it. It's that emotional thing. It does get you riled up. I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, I would say this, and if I was on a Trump advisory board right now, I would say go back to what worked against Hillary. You call Kamala call her what she really is, a neolib war machine, war psychopath. She's literally Hillary 2.0.
Everybody forgot the whole thing before she was prosecuted. Everybody forgot what she was like.
And meanwhile, Trump is tweeting out that Kamala wants to defund the police. Really? Didn't it look like that to me 2 nights ago when the police were swarming in on all the protesters out here and they were arresting journalists and speakers? We saw that. We were there.
I wasn't here. This is my first day here.
First day here. Yeah, that actually happened 2 nights ago. We came out here today. Yeah, as you know, we're streaming live on Rumble right now. We're multi-streaming.
What's your
channel? Our channel is called The Homeless Left. We're simulcasting with the Combo Couch and Pasta to Go. It's a three-way stream right now on Rumble, YouTube, and Twitter right now. So we are so happy that to get your voice out here. We want people to understand that this can actually be a movement that brings different people together. Because like you said earlier, you said we have more in common than they want us to actually believe.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
any last thing you want to say to our audience, or anything? Any ideas you got since being here tonight?
I mean, maybe if any of the Trump people are watching, like, my message, like, since I've been here, nobody's been mean to me.
Glad to hear that.
That's good.
As it should
So
be.
you're saying this is a non-violent resistant group that's not actually committing any intimidating?
I mean, this is my first day. I've only been here like since like 5 or so. So from what I've seen so far, but I get a lot of like raised eyebrows and dirty looks. But one guy was kicking my bike behind me, but it's just like being a little challenged.
Hey, we were happy to see you.
Yeah.
So really cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Back to you, Jayme or Pastor, whoever's in, because I can't hear you, but you guys can hear us, so we're loving it.
Thank you.
The homeless left.
Okay, you guys heard it. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. We have Trump voters out here. We have independents out here. We have registered Democrats for sure. I think a lot of them are going to unregister tomorrow or Monday. But yeah, there's a populist movement in the air here, and we do really get hopeful about this. We hope that it does carry over, not just into next week and the week after, but that this movement can carry over into other movements. Why not? Why does this have to be? I think Costa mentioned that on the show earlier today in our roundtable. He's
You know how they're going to flip that script on us. So.
There is only one solution. It is a communism.
We can be in person for the first time on a live stream. How you doing, buddy? Nice to finally meet you in person.
Nice to meet you.
Definitely. You gonna get some pizza with us after, or you got stuff going on?
I've never met him. Have you met him in person?
No, we've never met in person. I thought you were a lot. I thought you were a lot taller.
Pasta's about my height.
That's not true. Look at it. Most shit. Look at it. The front camera. Okay. A few inches. Oh, get out of here. Good to see you. Who gave me the shirt? Oh, shit.
That is the Zago brothers through Jimmy.
Oh, that's awesome. I know the Zago brothers.
Jimmy
They're really
passed it
awesome.
on to me to give to you.
Oh, that's great, man. Is it an extra large? Because
it is.
I was losing weight, but I gained it back. So
they gave us all an extra large. All of us. So
it's just nice to finally meet you in person, brother, man.
Nice to meet you, Pop.
Definitely, brother. Definitely. Maybe later on, if you guys want to come, I think with Kit Cabello, we might be going to get some pizza later so we can make fun of it. But you guys already had your making fun of pizza session. I saw.
Look, man, it's not bad. It's just
casserole.
It's a casserole.
Casserole.
It's a pizza casserole, basically.
This guy's from New York. You're not going to get Chicago pizza. It's casserole.
It's a casserole. The Mexican food's very good.
The Mexican food is good, and the donut shops and the greasy spoon little breakfast places are supposed to be good.
That's what I did yesterday.
What about the Chicago beef? Have you had the Chicago slice beef yet?
I had it.
Good.
Get this in the background. I had it on the pizza the kid ordered. And I kind of saved the pizza because I don't know what the difference was. It was from the same place, the Illuminati pizza, as we call it.
Yeah.
The one that the kid ordered sucked except for the meat on top. The one that Jimmy ordered, same chain. It was very good. So I guess it was the location. Maybe it's like John's, where I ordered John's in Midtown and got humiliated in front of Jesse J. Wow. Maybe it's like that. Yeah, John's in Midtown, man. It sucks now. They're making it for the tourists. They're not making it for the locals.
You know what really sucks that they make for the tourists now and they don't make for the people anymore in New York? Hot dogs. The hot dog stands, you don't get the old school soubrette.
Dirty water dogs.
Yeah, you don't get the old school soubrette with the good cooked onions. Now you get the skinless.
Well, but you have the Nathan's cart.
You're a Nathan's guy, huh? I'm soubrette.
You're a soubrette
I'm
guy?
soubrette over Nathan's. I am.
Yeah, I take a Nathan's every time.
The Nathan's is probably the better option, but the soubrette is more readily available. You know,
It's a dirty water dog.
It's a dirty water dog. It's a different texture.
No, that's what I mean. I'm saying that I think the suppression is easier to find the suppression.
I think Nathan's got more of that beefy, smoky
But
flavor.
you haven't lived in the city in a while. There are a
Long
lot of
time.
carts now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do they have the knishes?
I think they do.
Say hi to the audience. That says Russell Dobula, so we might as well show him.
What's that?
And we got Keaton over there. If you can see that little small box, say hi, Keaton.
Here, I'll say hi. Here,
He made himself bigger. There.
So is this streaming to, is this going to Pasta to Go or the Combo Couch?
Pasta to Go, Combo Couch, Homeless Left, Don DeBar. So we got about 8 channels going right now, even our Rockfin. So we got a little bit of everything.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Hey, who do you think the surprise guest is going to be tonight at the DNC? They have a big surprise guest.
I do not know. That's a good one. That's interesting.
I think it's going to be Ghislaine Maxwell.
That's Rob Blagojevich.
She's going to walk on with a big cardboard check.
Blagojevich.
Like the Publishers Clearinghouse, but for pedophiles.
I really think everybody's got to pay attention to Kamala's speech today, because they're going to try to pull so many 30-second ads out of the speech today. Remember last time in that debate when she said that little girl was me, and then her whole team had the T-shirts ready to sell online? We're going to see something like that tonight, where she's going to try to compare herself to the working person, and then clip after clip after clip.
That's right. She should just create a speech. It's a good point. That would be a good strategy. Just create a speech out of quotes you can put on T-shirts. Since she's all about the merch anyway.
Oh, yeah.
She's a candidate on merch the way she does. She's good at that.
That little girl on Epstein Island was not me, but I aided and abetted the people who put her there.
Now,
That's how I got this gig.
Doug Hemoff, that's a different story. He was on the island.
Wow, do I love being on Rumble.
Oh, you guys not on YouTube at all, huh?
Not for this shit. Why do you think I'm doing the blue material?
Gotcha. Got it.
You think I would be talking Epstein pedophiles on YouTube?
Did you hear what happened you heard what happened to Max Blumenthal in the Gray Zone?
Of course, Wyatt Reed is with us, so I heard firsthand. I saw a lot of his footage yesterday.
For medical misinformation, he was talking about polio. So that's why we didn't do it. What we did is we just told Rumble, hey, we're going to be streaming exclusively to you guys. Can you put us on the homepage and give you the exclusive? Because Rumble wasn't allowed in the DNC either. They were going to charge him $200,000. So they said no. So they said, yeah, sure. And, all of
You got to get that Katzenberg money for that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, but that's, why would we do YouTube? Like, I knew that would be a problem with somebody to do something.
Well, Matt Weinglass from the Homeless Left is here. His channel was taken down for medical misinformation. I can tell you this from a guy who's been demonetized for almost 5 years now on YouTube. They would put up ads about elections even when we were talking about something totally different. So that's why they'll use the medical misinformation thing. They'll use whatever they have to do to take you down. We actually went into Lou Molinati's on the first day, and there was a Democratic California meeting, and Xavier Becerra was there, the Health and Human Secretary was there, Human Services Secretary, and we kind of ambushed him and got a couple questions. That polio question might come up with Wyatt, and I already have it on my Twitter. I asked him about monkeypox and what's going on with that. So it's very, very interesting. We were very fortunate and lucky just to walk into a meeting of the California Democrats. But
should ask him how he feels about RFK possibly being his successor.
Ooh. 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 That would have hurt.
They should put monkeypox, so the guy was saying that monkeypox might affect the voting methods.
Well, I asked him that. It's funny that you asked me, because that's what I asked him. I said, what do you think about monkeypox and the WHO declaring it a global pandemic? And also, will it affect the election process? He didn't answer that part of the question, but he went on to tell me how important, how deadly monkeypox is, and he even further cemented the fact that it's not a sexually transmitted disease, that it's by touch and saliva and whatnot. And I'm like, well, that's kind of like off. That's not what we've heard about the monkeypox. But yeah.
No, actually, didn't RFK say they engineered a strain of monkeypox that only affects Trump voters? Yeah, that's right. I heard he said that.
He did make a point.
And then he said it wasn't really what he said after that. After he said it.
voluntarily said he didn't say it. So he's dropping out tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the big announcement. Yeah. He did point out, Xavier Becerra, I just want to really point out.
He's dropping like JFK Jr.'s playing at the moment.
Wow. For those out there who know about JFK Jr.'s playing, look it up. That's great. It seems to me that they can use this whole monkeypox thing. Like he said it was deadlier than COVID. So they're trying to flick the switch, I think, and go right back to the whole we have to vote safely. And what people don't understand is they expand the voter rolls and then therefore expand how many mail-in ballots they can send out. And with ballot harvesting, you can fix any election like that, especially with any pandemic.
All right, hang on. Our friends finally caught up.
Time to go back to work. Hey, I'll catch you after. I'm gonna go back. Thank you.
On the same side.
We're doing it.
What's up, man?
Hey, Russell.
Hey,
Good to see you.
want a selfie?
Yeah, no, definitely. We're on at the same time, I think. Yeah, this is us right here. So I'm the Mac cam. We're the Mac cam.
All right.
Yeah. So let's yeah, cool, man. Keep it going.
Also, they keep talking about joy. Their catchphrase now is joy, joy, joy. We don't feel that when we have the consciousness of and conscientious about the genocide happening with 40,000 plus documented deaths. That is not what I consider joy. Another reason I'm here is to pay attention, to bring attention to AIPAC. This is a corrupt system where no other nation can influence our democracy, and we keep complaining about Russia, China, Iran influencing our democracy, yet AIPAC has been influencing our politicians for decades. They funnel money in to and fro Israel, and they support the politicians who say and do what they want. And if they do against that, they say or speak or do against what they want, they will support their opposition to get them out of office. That is corruption. That is complete hypocrisy, and it's contrary to what we've been preaching. We say one thing from one side of the mouth, and then we do completely different.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to put on really quickly so you can hear the question. What do you say to those people out there who says, yeah, but Donald Trump is just as much of a Zionist as Kamala Harris? He's even closer with the Adelsons. He moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Why wouldn't we vote for Kamala Harris and take our chances, hoping that she's less of a Zionist than Donald Trump?
I think the key word that you used is hope. We are done with hope. We don't see any hope. We can tell that Kamala's policy aligns with Joe Biden. We haven't seen or heard anything different. And Joe Biden has been historically a supporter of Zionism. And therefore, Trump is far worse. We agree to that. However, we're not going to be giving our vote away to Republicans.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. So we're at the end. I'm independently. This is on the Combo Couch, Pasta to Go, The Homeless Left. I'm going to be on a bunch of radio stations this weekend, Sputnik. I'll be on a lot of Sputnik channels, so you'll see. Thank you so much. This is the back of the protest here. You guys are following on up. You can see there's a couple stragglers right here, but this is the back end. This is how they do it. They have police officers on all sides over there, so they can kettle in people at any time. We have the Lawyers Guild here to make sure that anything goes wrong, they have it all recorded, and there's some form of protection. So it's really nice that we see that. Stop the genocide. Can you answer any questions? Are you letting talk? Okay.
Meeting up with Russell. That was awesome. We Dissidents fans. We love that we're all doing this together. If I go on mute again, let me know. A lot. I'll be on all the Sputnik shows. No. I've seen some of your videos. I think when you have been talking to some Zionists, I think it's very helpful to push back. But there has been a lot of I don't want to say anti-Semitism because I think there's this whole kind of conflation to make sure that anti-Zionism is conflated with anti-Semitism. But I did see somebody who had a sign that said that Ashkenazis are Nazis, and that was kind of a false statement.
That's the result of killing and occupying. So therefore, with God's help, that's why we feel it's critical that one of the many reasons that we are out here to educate, to clarify to the people that Zionism and Judaism are diametric opposites. They should not be conflated or confused. And that Jews around the world invariably, the ones who are true to Jewish religion, regardless if they're living in Jerusalem or in the United States and New York, the very religious communities are anti-Zionist, anti the existence of the state of Israel. We are a religion of 3,000 years, Judaism is, and we have we've always been able to coexist with Muslims. It's a little hard. This is how here I can show pictures. Here is how we used to live in peace and harmony for hundreds of years in Jerusalem and throughout Arab land. Since there's a state now, Jewish people are demonstrating in the streets of Jerusalem and are brutally beaten. And we're never militant. We don't carry arms. We don't carry guns. We don't carry knives. Children, old men, are beaten by the Zionists, released by their army, by the military. You can see it's not even police. This is their army. Now they do this because they don't have godly morals and they just want to solidify their rule over the land and claim that it is Judaism. God gave it to them. Our rabbis, on the contrary, greeted with the United Nations in 1947 as the chief rabbi. Nothing to do with the Israeli rabbinate, so their chief rabbi of the community that was living in Palestine. His name is Rabbi Dushinsky, and he said, we furthermore wish to express our definite opposition to a Jewish state in any part of Palestine. Declaration for the United Nations, July 16, 1947.
What does your religion say about Jewish people having a homeland? Is it 100%
forbidden, even if it would not affect other people, even if the land would have been uninhabited? Because we are under a decree by the Almighty to be in exile since the destruction of the temple 2,000 years ago. And Jews respected this. We never created a state, even though we had opportunities in 2,000 years. It was the golden age of Judaism. We didn't do it because our rabbis always instructed and told the Jewish people this is forbidden because God put us in exile. There will come a day, at the end of time, there'll be a metaphysical change. There will stop being atheists, where God will build a temple and all humanity will serve God in harmony. That is the future. We will never be the threat by the Muslim communities who embraced us and took us in.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rabbi, and good luck with your fight.
Thank you. By the way, there's a picture of Theodore Herzl reading the Declaration of Independence in 1948.
Yeah.
Now, look at this, the Stars of David. Yet, on the dais, they don't even have people covering their heads.
We have police behind us.
See the duplicity of this?
Yes.
That this is supposed to be a Jewish state. It would be a Muslim state. You would have imams, you would have ayatollahs.
Yeah.
A Christian state, you would have priests. You see the duplicity, the hypocrisy of what they are.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Sorry.
That's my bad.
We ain't gonna stop till Palestine's free. I can hear the siblings crying in the street. How many kids did you kill today?
My bad. How many kids did you kill today?
What do you say? How many kids did you kill today? Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crime. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Ethnic cleansing is a crime.
Ending houselessness in this country, we know that we are better positioned joining hands with people across the country and across the world, working for a society that is built on principles of justice and liberation. We are not confused. We are very clear. And we are also very clear that what is happening 2 blocks away in the Democratic National Convention is a coalition of powerful interests that are designed and interested in subverting solidarity at all costs.
So there isn't anybody actually in that building that's doing anything as far as aligning with this movement at all. They're intentionally gaslighting this, correct? I mean, would you think there's anything that they're doing at all in there? Or is it every single one of them, whether it's AOC, whether it's Bernie, they're all intentionally gaslighting? Would you agree with that?
I think that if people in that building are interested in demanding a ceasefire and an arms embargo, we should get out of the building and into the street. They should be here. They should be here. They should be here with everyone else demanding those things.
I love it. What happens to this movement after tonight? What happens after November? Where does this go? Does the same energy continue until, like you said earlier, genocide is called out in all parts of the world, and the U.S. empire is held accountable for that?
Imperialism and genocide do not run on an election calendar.
Yeah.
We are out here today. We're going to be out here next week. We have been out here every single week since October, and many of us have been in this movement for years and decades. The long trajectory of justice is unfortunately not always very swift. It sometimes is slow, but we are persistent and we are consistent, and we are going to be out here demanding an arms embargo, an end to genocide, and an entire new system based in justice and long as it takes.
I love it. Thank you so much for time.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you guys are hearing the message being articulated beautifully right here, right now. This is the kind, we have to keep streaming this, you guys, and I hope we're not the only ones doing this right now. Can you hold this? I hope we're not the only ones doing this stream right now from the streets in Chicago. This convention, like she said, the convention doesn't end this movement. After tonight, it keeps going beyond until genocide is called out on all levels, everywhere, on all areas we could possibly do it. We don't stop this conversation. So again, I'm more inspired. I'm more inspired tonight. Here we go. With Craig. Here we are.
We're back together.
That was some good stuff. I wish I was able to hear a lot. I wasn't able to hear most of it, but I saw you had some really great conversation. You met up with Russell as well.
Yes, I saw you with Russell too as well, and we got to meet them. It was awesome. But we got to speak with some of those rabbis, and we talked about the whole Ashkenazi situation, and he was explaining that it's forbidden within the Jewish religion to even have their own state ever. It's interesting talking to some of the rabbis. I'm going to jump on the side while you guys are hanging out. We'll meet up there.
Awesome. Okay, good stuff. Yes. We are continuing the live stream today. Pasta to go. The homeless left. Homeless to go. We are in the streets. Craig Pasta Jardula taught us when we started our channel, said when possible, go to the streets. You go to the story. You don't just report the story. We go to the story. And that's what we've done this week here in Chicago. We are in the streets. We don't see MSNBC. We don't see CNN. We don't, in fact, even the smaller independent media. Wait for the train. Wait. That's a rough one. We don't see MSNBC here. We don't see CNN here. We don't even see. There are independent media groups here that consider themselves populist, maybe right-leaning populist, that could, if they were actually doing it an honest way, they would be reporting this, having these conversations, and making their side look a lot better. They're not. They're not. They are just reporting this on purpose. They're saying at the same time, which I have a very, very hard time understanding how they play the mental gymnastics on this. But they are saying at the same time, they're saying the Democratic Party is captured. They're saying on the right, they're saying the Democratic Party is anti-Israel. At the same time, they're saying that the protesters are anti-Israel. They're unable to connect the dots that the protesters are standing up against the Democratic Party. If the right wing had any sensibilities themselves, they'd be out here with us reporting the honest take on this and actually helping to call out the Democratic Party machine, which we realize at the end it's one party, it's an oligarchy, and that at the end of the day we fall for this little notion that a populist movement is actually forming on both sides, and then we lose half of our movement because they're all like, oh, what about Hamas? What about October 7th? And we're like, wait a minute, what happened to you guys? I thought you were supposed to be reporting honestly from the right. So that just leaves us, and that leaves the people here. We're the only ones here to do this, but we're going to be as loud as possible today. As you see from behind me, you see the conversations that we've been having today. The conversations that Craig Pasta's been having. We're very hopeful that this thing is continuing into the weekend, hopefully, beyond tonight. That's what we're looking at. Okay, I'll turn it back around. Okay. So Pasta is catching up to the front side again. We're going to stay in the back. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Yes, Dr. Nick, that was Leslie. She is with us, helping us out on the street. There she is. Thank you, Leslie. She came out here too to join the cause. The homeless left. Us, it's a go home. We've been with Due Dissidents today. Earlier, if you guys caught us earlier today, we were with Hardlands Media. We have been with Don DeBar from the KPFK and CPR Studio CPR Network. we've been aligning with other populists in the lane with us, in the independent media lane, where we report honest news, honest journalism from the streets, from the people. That's what we're doing here tonight. Yeah, I have to say, this is, you guys can still hear me, this is way more organized, way more together than we saw 2 nights ago when the police moved in and took down the movement. We were right in the middle of it, the takedown. It was awful, it was brutal. There were reporters, journalists, there were protesters, speakers, all ended up in zip ties, pushed into a van. It was very brutal, and it seemed to have affected what had ended up happening last night, because this was 2 nights ago. Can you hold it right here? That was 2 nights ago that we saw that brutality go down by the police, warning the people, we're about to take your First Amendment rights away from you. We're giving you a literal countdown before we snatch your rights from you. And that's what they did. And the people that stayed, if you do not comply, you will lose your First Amendment right. That's what we saw 2 nights ago. As a result, we feel very strongly that last night suffered from that there was a message sent to the protesters and it backed up. But tonight, we're seeing it rise back up again. So we're very hopeful by the messaging out here. We're very hopeful by the aura in the air. It's very positive, it's very well together. We've heard the singing. You guys heard some of the instruments, some of the musicians earlier playing. I'm looking forward to hearing some of the conversations Asta had at the same time we're here. This is the first time we're trying this, guys. You're with us in a moment in time where we're learning how to do the triple, quadruple, what is this? Oh, we got both Democrats and Republicans have blood on their hands. 100%. Look at this. The youth, the movement here is realizing, we're all having this aha moment together. We're realizing that it is it's a uniparty. They're both captured. And that's a great reveal to have for yourself, a great aha moment, as they say, and it relieves a lot of weight off of your shoulders when you don't have to, go be part of that system anymore. You kind of take that weight off, that we're not beholden to one party or one tribe or one church or one whatever. We can think for ourselves. That's what we're doing out here. Let's see if we can find someone else we can speak to today. Yeah, this is a very great experiment. I have to give a shout out to our control booth, Jayme, CheeseSlice on the ones and twos. This guy has been holding it down for us. I can't imagine how this is the first time for all of us, because I gotta say, the fact that me and Pasa can't even hear you in the studio, but you can hear us, and all of the technical problems. Oh, I have to mention this. Jayme, if you can hear me, and if you guys are listening at home, I think Leslie came up with this theory that there is some sort of interference in the internet connection, and that's not an accident. So we're trying to overcome that with all of our little tricks coming in and out of the stream. But I hope you guys have, thank you guys for going along with us and toughing it out as we figure out how to maneuver through all those obstacles. But we're always maneuvering through obstacles. Okay, so streaming right now on Rumble. We're on the Homeless Left Rumble. We are on Pasta to Go, Rumble, and YouTube. We are on Convo Couch, YouTube, and Rumble. We're on Twitter right now. If you guys don't have Rumble and you don't have any of that stuff, and if you're like us and hate YouTube because YouTube likes to terminate channels that challenge Israel, then you can follow us on Twitter. I think we're live on maybe 5 channels right now on Twitter right now, live, which is pretty cool. Okay. Oh, look at that. It looks like we might have our cam back up. Our pasta cam might be back up and running. We're going to stick it out here until Pasta can get the connection. Again, I think that Leslie made the observation. Yeah, see, there we go. The internet is messing up again. Leslie made the observation. I tend to agree with her that there might be a disruption on purpose happening, a disruption on the internet, because we had excellent connection when we started. We have excellent battery. We actually still have excellent battery power, believe it or not. We made a switch. So yeah, we're looking good, technically speaking. So when I see the camera freezing up, I'm led to believe that there's something intentionally going on. Why would that not be something they can do? If they can take the gray zone that it was medical misinformation, when you're talking about anti-war from YouTube.
All right, folks. It looks like we lost both Matt and Pasta. I think they're using signal jammers, personally. And I don't believe either Matt or Pasta have them. So what you see here in the screen right here, this is Due Dissonance, and I'm just using their stream. But I don't want to play their audio, because if you want to hear what they're doing, you should go to their stream and watch it. But I wanted to have a little bit of B-roll just as backup. It looks like Matt's trying to come back on, and as you can see, this protest is actually pretty good. You got a really good sizable crowd there. I love seeing the different groups there representing people from different walks of life. All right, Matt's back. We're gonna switch back. Well, maybe I'll just hold on here for a second. He's still choppy. All right, I've got. This is really rough. Sorry, I got it. The only thing I can do is type to him and hope they can see it. All right, so I just told him he's still choppy. Hopefully he sees that and they can do something about it. But this stream has been pretty good so far. It's been a little crazy trying to manage switching between the different channels. Dr. Nick. You're cracking me up over there, Dr. Nick, but you might want to roll it back a little bit. You're pushing things a little hard there. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, you need to read the stream. I don't want to put it on this. When I say terminated, but he's making it. I don't mean slapped on the wrist. I mean channel no longer exists. YouTube did that to our channel. They did it to Fiorella and the combo couch. All right, here we go. Damn, every time. I thought he was back. I think he's frozen again. We'll put him right over there. So I don't know what to say about this. Unfortunately, I'm not watching the actual Democratic convention. I kind of wanted to put that up on a monitor, but I don't have it. So I could tell you what's going on right now inside the convention center. I don't know about you guys, but I've been following this convention much more closely than I would like to. And I've been going like just all Democrat news for like 4 days. And I'm so sick of the Democrats right now at this point. I can't imagine how the people in these crowds feel, because they're probably even more sick of it than me, because they got the police jumping down their throats right now. Just that threat of, hey, we're out here exercising our First Amendment right, but then we got the cops standing right over our shoulders, ready to just like take us to jail. That's just nerve-wracking. And you're not even safe if you're press. Some of these protests we've seen in the past where they've even gone after the legal observers. The legal observers, if you didn't know, sometimes in these camera shots, you might see people with green hats. So there's one right there. So they wear these like green baseball hats, neon green. And those are legal observers that are just there to watch the crowd and basically be advocates for any of the protesters in case something happens and somebody goes to court. And then those people can step in and actually be witnesses on behalf of the people who get arrested unfairly, and they stand up for people's First Amendment rights. So that's just funny that we just saw one on the Due Dissonance stream right when I was talking about that. That was totally a coincidence. But this has been an interesting night. I wish we could have done this 2 nights ago when Matt and Pasta were at the protest where they started arresting people and arresting the journalists. We got a lot of good footage of that, and a lot of interesting video. We're gonna have to cobble it together to make some kind of like, I don't know, just commentary video on it. But we showed a little bit of it the other night when we were live streaming, and it was disturbing to see this. I mean, we're talking about fascism, and when we see this stuff, it's just that the stuff that we're seeing is fascism. It's already here in America, and the Democrats are saying, "Oh, it's going to come from Donald Trump." It's here under the Democrats. I mean, and that's what I don't think people understand. Yes, they're neoliberals, but neoliberalism paves the road to fascism. And fascism is here. I mean, they're not adverse to working with fascists. Because fascists and neoliberals are both capitalists, and they'll do anything to protect their capitalist system. So that's why neoliberals will work with fascism. Neoliberals think they can control fascists, but they can't, because eventually the austerity legislation and measures coming from the neoliberals push more people to join the fascists when the people don't have a left-wing alternative. And our neoliberals in America, and even they're getting better at this too over in Europe, have done a fantastic job of shutting down the left wing. So we don't have an organized left, and the people who do want to get organized politically are going to start turning and gravitating towards fascism. And right now you see it happening with Democrats with blue MAGA, and you see another faction of it happening with the Republicans under red MAGA. But right now, blue MAGA, from my perspective, looks to be worse than red MAGA. So if you're looking at the Due Dissonance stream over here, they're actually showing what's going on inside the convention center. So that's nice. I'm not sure who these little girls are. I don't know if they're performers or if they're the kids of somebody important. I'm not sure. I can't really tell, but everything that's going on inside that convention center is just a show. It's a big giant 4-day pep rally, and the only thing that most of these people care about is getting a female president. And my feeling is, if you want a female president, then vote for Jill Stein. She's anti-war. But you've got to have other good reasons to want to vote for somebody than just based on their gender. And I get it. We're long overdue to have female leadership in this country, but it can't just be any female to take over that role. I mean, there's no difference between having a Kamala Harris than having someone like Joe Biden or Barack Obama. They're going to be the same stooge that works on behalf of the corporations. All right, I'm going to read some of the chats here. So Jackson Hinkle is part of the blue MAGA, in my opinion. That's interesting. That's an interesting take. I've never heard that one. But I can see your point. It's just that, he definitely appeals to a lot of the people who you would normally associate with regular red MAGA. But I don't think I can agree with you there, but I definitely can see why you would make that statement. See, Jackson, he's definitely interesting from a standpoint of he's saying a lot of things that's hard for a lot of us on the left to disagree with, but clearly it's just very obvious he's I don't know how to say this. It's just I don't trust him. I don't trust his intentions, and I could be totally wrong about that, but it's just that there's like he's getting funding from somewhere, and it seems like he might be he does rub a lot of leftists the wrong way, and because of that, he may have been selected to be propped up so his voice could be amplified to create even more of a disruption amongst the left. I don't think that he may not be aware of that's what's happening, but he's getting funding and assistance somewhere to be able to do what he's doing. I don't know what's going on there, but there's just no way he's raising enough money when he's been debanked. And he's not allowed to be on YouTube anymore. So that's like where the biggest audience is. Where is he's not really generating the kind of income that he would need to be able to continue doing the kind of work that he's doing without getting assistance from somewhere. So maybe he's just got rich parents and he's just well off and he can do whatever he wants. But all the travel he does, the coordinating with building up his new communist party, a lot of that takes a lot of money, and I don't know where he's getting it, but he's getting it from somewhere, and I don't think it's all coming specifically from his audience. But I don't want to be talking about Jackson Hinkle here. Like, I don't really want to go after the guy because at the end of the day, for now, he's on our side, like it or not. And so, my take on Jackson is, hey, stay out of his way, let him do what he's doing, and don't let him bother you. But don't get invested in him either, because I feel like he's probably going to disappoint a lot of people. But in the meantime, he is saying a lot of the right things, a lot of things I can't disagree with, and I find myself liking a lot of his tweets. So there's that. But he's just someone you just got to keep an eye on, be aware of, follow these closely. Take the wins where you get them, and then I guess from that on. That was too much about Jackson. So let's see. What else? What other questions do we have? Do we have any questions? Do we have any? Oh, there we go. Comments. Yeah, Dr. Nick. Yeah, he's on our side for the most part. That's what it seems like right now, but he is a disruptor. Because there's a lot of people on the left who don't like him, and, they want to start crap. But I think it's kind of got to. I think you just kind of have to let him do his thing. We do our things, and if we cross paths, be nice to each other. That's until he does something that's really hurts the left. We don't need to really worry about it. So let's see. People are like, exactly where I can't read that, but exactly look where he's been. He's getting all that shekel to do that. Oh yeah, he's yeah. Anyway, I don't want to be talking about that. So, is he blue MAGA? I don't think he is blue MAGA, but it was an interesting observation because he actually operates kind of like MAGA, but he's doing it for the left. See, so our I think it was Aaron Mate that probably coined the term blue MAGA, or he coined blue anon. But the blue MAGA are Democratic sycophants who act like Trump fans, people who just support the Democrats no matter what. So, Dr. Nick likes my shirt. Thank you, Dr. Nick. This is a watermelon shirt. It's not the watermelon shirt I was looking for, but it was the watermelon shirt I deserved. I found it at Walmart of all places, and I was like, I need that. I need one. Here's one. I'm gonna buy it, and I'm sad I had to buy it from Walmart, but it is what it is. We live in a Walmart and Amazon country. Okay. Any other comments out there? How about Rumble? Rumble, are you guys paying attention? Come on, Matt. Join us back. Join back up with us, Matt.
Yeah. So this is a line of police that we haven't seen anything this long. This is a long barricade that they set, extremely long. There's not a break in this. I want to be clear. I know that we went off line there for a second, but we've been moving down this line for the last, I would say at least the last 10, 12 minutes at this pace, the pace I'm going right now. I want to be very clear. I've been going this pace the entire time, and there's no break. There's no wear out on this side of things. The other side has the same, from what I'm seeing, the opposite side of the street, which we're right under the bridge, we're going right down the center of the bridge on the bottom side. On the other side, it's exactly the same barricade. It's starting to feel like a barricade. It's starting to feel like there isn't actually a way out of this. Not that anyone's trying to get out right now, but it's just one of those moments where you notice, what if I can't get out of the door I just walked in? What if I lock myself in? It's one of those moments that you might be having. What if I want to leave the room I just walked into? Well, it doesn't sound like anyone wants to leave just yet, but no, I'm not actually seeing any break in any of this. This entire stretch, Jayme, this entire stretch is all barricaded on both sides. I'm starting to feel like, and I wish I could hear you. I'll pause and let you talk as well to the audience, and I can't actually hear right now. But if you guys are listening, it is starting to feel a lot like Tuesday night. That was the night that the police barricaded us all in, warned us on a megaphone that they were going to start making arrests if we don't disperse and sacrifice First Amendment rights, the right to protest, nonviolent resistance. That was said very clearly in the megaphone, and then they came through. On all sides they basically barricaded and moved in on the perimeter, and did end up arresting several journalists and several protesters and speakers. That was 2 nights ago. I said earlier on the stream that we didn't feel like they were feeling that same that sentiment out here, and we felt a lot more positive, and that feeling wasn't going to happen. I'm starting to feel like it might actually start happening. We'll see where this goes. But as I said earlier, it doesn't look like there's a way out on either side. I'm going to go. Yeah, this goes all the way back. And I'm not so familiar with the geography here, but I can tell you the back of the protest, because we were at the back of it earlier, and the back of the protest, there was an entire barricade following us, of police following us at the end of the line. So if my calculations are correct, if we wanted to get out of here, we actually could not do that. If we walked all the way back where we came, we're going to end up right where that first now. Okay, I don't know if you were losing me there.
Matt was doing so good there, and now he's breaking up again. Be careful, Matt. It's not a good sign. The police are looking like they're ready to move in. I hope he can come back. I think we totally lost Pasta. I'm going to try to contact him here for a second. Okay, so Putin's shirt thinks I'm smearing the guy, meaning Jackson. Look, I just gave my opinion on him. I don't trust him. I mean, if you want to trust him, go for it. I don't. But like I also said, I don't disagree with a lot of things he has to say. So I just want to let him do his thing. I'll mind my own business and go on with it. But, if you want to trust him, go for it. I don't. Yeah, trust but verify. Yes, Dr. Nick. I don't trust, but anyway, let's see. I'm gonna try to see where Pasta is. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't. They can't hear me, so neither of them are. They can watch the stream, but they can't hear the stream. And all I could do is talk by text. At this point, we've lost the stream for both guys. They don't have signal boosters for their phones. So we're doing the best we can right now. Hopefully, they're not getting Pasta and Matt aren't getting arrested right now, and they'll come back with the stream, and we'll find out. This is kind of nerve wracking because I just don't know where they're at. And also, I haven't heard from Don DeBar. He was supposed to be joining us tonight, and we're streaming on his channel, but I don't know where he is. Oh, there's Don. Just got speaking of the devil. Hold on, folks. I'm going to play some music. All right, welcome back to me. Looks like cops are getting ready to shut down the protest. Are you seeing something that I'm not seeing, Hugo? Look, Matt's trying to come back. Hopefully it's not there. Hopefully it's just a bad signal because there's so many people there on their phones at the same time. I mean, that's certainly possible. I know, though, in DC, when you go to some of these protests in certain areas, they've got signal jammers out there, and you can't get out anywhere. Yeah, you can't get a signal out anywhere. Like when I went to the first Palestinian protest that they had way back in November, like you couldn't even send out text messages to each other, and it was ridiculous. You'd have full bars on your phone, but you couldn't even send a text. It was nuts. Yeah, they need to get out of there, Dr. Nick. Let me see. I got to go back to the Do Dissonant stream. See, Russ seems okay. Russ seems like he's doing okay. I'll pull that up over my shoulder. Like I said, I don't want to share their audio. I don't feel terribly comfortable sharing their video. But it's just something for us to look at. So I think they're trying to stream on Kick too. Anyway, so that'll give you something to look at. Russ is there and probably not too far away from Matt or Pasta at the moment. Hopefully, the cops are not going to intervene and just going to let the protests continue along their way. Who is streaming on Kick? I don't know. I haven't checked Kick. Normally we would be streaming on Kick, but we're collaborating with Don and Matt. So we've got so many streams going, I just can't add Kick as well. I actually don't mind streaming on Kick. It's probably the easiest of the platforms to stream to. So the Chicago Police Department is a different animal, CheeseSlice. Well, yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I mean, honestly, I think they're the same animal as most of the cops in the country, which is not a very friendly animal. The darkness has arrived. Yes, that's what it seems like. They wait for the sun to go down, and then they can move in. But they've got them trapped too underneath the train. Is that called the L in Chicago? So like the whole protest, it looks like they've got them boxed in pretty good. Like this is my problem with these protests that are organized by that with cooperation with the police. Is how is it a protest if you're doing what the authorities tell you what to do? And a lot of these protests just end up like going to the Trump Tower in Chicago. And Kit Cabello, he complains about this quite often, and he's right. It's like, what's the point of going to Trump Tower? Yes, it's a symbol of Trump, and you hate Trump. So I guess if you're protesting Trump directly, it sort of makes sense. But it's not. It's a private building. It's not a government institution. And who are you protesting there? Like who's there to receive your message that needs to be receiving the message? I mean, the problem I see with these protests is, yes, you're upset about the Democrats, but you're not allowed to go to the convention center where the Democrats are. And if you're not protesting the people who need to be protested, it's almost like, what's the point of the protest? Instead, it just seems like they're putting you into like you got the cops funneling you into a place where they can move in and arrest you if they need to, because they've got the whole thing scouted out. It feels like a trap in a lot of ways, and it doesn't seem to be as effective. It's great that there's all these people out there and making their feelings known, but the point of a protest is supposed to disrupt and make the people that you're protesting feel the kind of pain that is being inflicted on other people, and that the kind of pain that you want to stop. You want them to feel something. So if you're being forced to not be able to go near the people that need to be seeing the protests, it's sort of a moot point in my feeling. It's almost like an empty gesture. I almost feel like they should show up to the airport and be protesting there when all the people who are coming in for the convention are going to have to see it, because the people at the convention are largely, they're not seeing it there because a lot of these protesters aren't allowed to go there. But I mean, at least last night there were some protests out there, and you saw all these people leaving the convention center, like putting their fingers over their ears. They didn't want to hear it or whatever. And that was interesting. So it looks like the protesters are locking arms for, maybe that's just the yellow vest people, but they're trying to block out. I don't know this tactic. Don DeBar was here. I'm pretty sure he understands that tactic. Yeah, the mood here, when you can look at these pictures, the mood is not good. Like it seems a little tense, and I'm hoping nothing happens. I know the protesters aren't going to do anything, but the other side doesn't care. They want to go after these people. They think, they're calling. Remember, everybody that's at this protest right now is being called an anti-Semite by the press. Well, thanks, Jordan. We send love to them all. Thank you very much. They need it. They need the support too.
I'm in.
Right.
Your sound, you won't be able to hear my sound, right?
No.
Oh, Pasta's back too. That's good. They haven't been arrested. The Chicago Police Department is going to provoke them. I think they'll try, but I don't think these protesters are going to react unless there's infiltrators in there who's going to try to set something off so it gives the cops an excuse to come in. But yeah, I don't think these protesters are going to react because the point is you got to be peaceful, and then the cops come in and beat down people who aren't being aggressive, who aren't being violent, and then other people see that and get upset. And then when enough of that happens, you get enough of the population to turn against the ruling class and the authorities saying, hey, what you're doing is wrong. And then the pressure gets put on the ruling class where they have to bend to the will of the people. And that's the idea of peaceful protests. I mean, the problem is that only works if the people you're protesting have a conscience. And that remains to be seen right now, whether the people we have in charge have a conscience. I'm sure there's definitely a lot of people in the Democratic Party and in the halls of our government that do, but those aren't people. I mean, those people do have a conscience, but those aren't the people who have actual power in those positions. They're just part of the machine. So, but once you can start convincing the managerial class, they're on the wrong side, and then if you can start to get the military or the police to realize they've been backing the wrong side, that's when it's over for the power. The forces who have the power. And right now we're in a bad spot. We're in a very bad spot because the wrong people have all the power in the country right now. And we lost Matt again. That's not so good. Well, it looks like we did see Pasta and Matt. They found each other and they are okay right now. So what I'm going to do is stick around and hopefully I want to find out and make sure that they're okay. Wow. I got to let's put this back up there so we can have something to look at besides me. Russ, do you think Russ is at the back? Because he's at the end of the police line. Look, there is an escape route. So Russell, I think, is at either the very front or the very back of the protest. And there are no police behind Russell in the direction that Russell's walking. So that means you're not completely caged in if you are in this march. That's a good sign. So I guess they're letting people who want to go before they move in. I'm fully convinced that they're going to move in and go after these protesters. And Matt is trying to join again. I think they're jamming the signals. This is ridiculous. They should not be having this amount of trouble. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to turn on their audio. There's Russell. So hey, thanks for letting us stream snipe you, even though I didn't ask you. Whoa, who are those guys behind Russell with the suits on? I don't know. Anybody got any questions? Anything you want me to? Any ideas? Things I could talk about, maybe. Somebody got me to talk about Jackson Hinkle earlier. I don't really want to talk about him too much. But I took the bait. Okay, Jordan, what is this? Well, this is the protest. I mean, if you got here late, this is Pasta to Go and the Homeless Left stream. And they're both on the ground right now in this crowd, but they have lost their signal. So I'm tapping into Do Dissonance stream, right there, and that's Russell Dobular with Due Dissonance. So I wanted to at least look and see what's going on at the protest so I can make sure things are still okay. I'm a little bit worried about Pasta and Matt right now since I don't know what they're doing at all. And, it looks like, though, the police haven't moved in and tried to arrest any journalists yet. So that's a good thing. But we're watching their stream just so I can keep an eye on what's going on over there. All right. Hopefully Matt is back for good. You can see he's still trying.
So the crowd's moving again. If you guys can hear this, the crowd's moving again. I'm with Pasta. We met up here. We're just, yeah. The crowd's going again. It sounds like, and then we come in and out of this every time we set the camera.
So what he's saying is that the signal's coming in and out.
They kick us right out.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we've even been on it all right now.
So he's surprised that they're streaming it all.
Heading to the United Center. We're following Craig Pasta-Jardula down with the.
So the protest is moving, and I think they're supposed to be moving towards the United Center, which is interesting. I'm sure being underneath the train is not helping them at all because that's probably interfering with the cell phone, just normal interference. I think we've lost Matt again, but it sounds like he keeps establishing the connection. They're coming and going. Yeah, we lost it. All right. I just want to keep an eye on it. I want to keep an eye on what's going on there. So thank you, Russ. It looks like Pink is singing right now. Well, I wonder how many celebrities are just showing up to the convention for a paycheck or because they honestly believe in the Democrats. Are they buying the propaganda or do they just say, hey, it's just another job and I'm going to get paid, which I can't blame them for that. But it's still awful to see. Sometimes you just got to some jobs just aren't worth it. And especially if you're working for the military industrial complex. But I guess, I used to, if you don't know my background, I've talked about it before. I used to work in the military industrial complex. And that's why I'm where I'm at now is because I got to see how the sausage was made. I got to see how things work from the inside. And I didn't like what I was being part of. Over time, I didn't like. When I started, I loved it. But when I started, it was in the wake of 9/11. And I thought I was being part of, helping America defend itself. I did know, though, at the time that Iraq had nothing to do with it. But what are you going to do? I mean, I was already working for the Navy contracts when 9/11 happened. And as soon as that happened, everybody in my office, we all knew, well, we're going to go to war with Iraq. This is before the W&Ds came out. We all knew we were going to go to war with Iraq. And it had nothing to do with 9/11. Because everybody knew that George Bush wanted to go back into Iraq to finish the job his daddy started. Everybody in the military knew this. So I'll finish that story again if you come back.
We're back for a moment. Here we go. Okay. If we can stay on this. Okay, here we go. Craig, we're back on. We're live.
All right.
Here we go.
Hey, here we are.
Yep.
Let me see the microphone down.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Good.
Now I'm trying to hold on to it.
Yeah.
I think we're out of the zone. I'm going to try to put my phone out of the way. We're kind of in a holding pattern for a good half hour, 40 minutes right there. Yeah, I would definitely agree with Matt saying that the attitude and the energy has changed. It's testified by both sides. Cops there are screaming on the side. Getting pretty loud and emotional over here.
I mean, look at these guys. These guys with the whole line of these guys for like, I don't even know. It's hard to measure how long. I could say time-wise, we walked down at least a good 15 minutes of these guys at a very slow pace, mind you. So, and I was thinking if there was no way out on this side today, because we didn't see a break in it. I think that once we're inside, we've committed. So
I felt like just before that there was no way in and nowhere out. Like at this point, we're just surrounded. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah,
you can feel the energy. It's definitely getting more louder. People are participating more. It's intensified. And the closer we get to the United States, the more it will get intensified.
Yeah. So what do you feel is the difference of this night and then the one we were in 2 nights ago on Tuesday night?
This is the last one. Right? This is where I was supposed to speak. They even mentioned that she was supposed to get on stage. So I don't know if you was that watching at home or if I was on stage, but that's the thing they were anticipating her getting out there. So if the protesters really want to make an impact, tonight is the night. It's the last night. It's give everything you got or go home. Let them hear. Let them know that they should fear the people. That's what they have to do. This is the only way we're going to get change. And it's pretty impressive. I'd say there's close to 10,000 people in this march. So it's a good one. I'd like to see more groups join. You know, obviously I'd like to see an anti-Russian Ukraine kind of march, an anti-imperialist march. Can't get everything at once, though.
Yeah, I was happy with a lot of the conversations we had. Today. I felt like it was articulated a lot clearer what was happening, what you just said about this is bigger than an election, this is bigger than what party we're going to end up voting for. The people here see it bigger beyond some ridiculous U.S. election that we're in the middle of.
And when we're marching, right, there's a lot of space. When you get into confined areas or smaller areas, you can get away with that. You can see that these cops can snap at any time. Make sure you get them. You got to film them. Police brutality is police brutality. This is our First Amendment right. We can do so. So we'll just keep an eye on everything that's going on. Hopefully, nobody gets hurt, nobody gets arrested. That's what we hope now.
Yeah, and they, just because they give it, hey guys, we're going to count down, and then we're going to take away your First Amendment right. Yes. Just because they warn you about it doesn't mean it's still not brutal, it's still not authoritarian. It's all those things, just because they tell you first. The idea is that we have a choice, the people have a choice, whether they want to comply with this or you have to arrest us, throw us in, zip ties, to stop us. You're going to have to literally have to tie our hands to zip ties in order to stop us and take us. Come get our rights. We're not giving them up. I think that's
Arresting press the other night, really disgraceful. They had members of the press helmets, press badges. They did not care. But here's the thing. That protest was a lot smaller than this one. This went 4 or 5 times, and the energy's a lot different.
Stand up, fight back! Reconsider my analysis last night that the people were determined, and that message that we sent on Tuesday wasn't actually received. It looked like it might have been message received. We get it. You made an example of some journalists, you made an example of some protester speakers. We get it. We're going to back up. Maybe this whole time, and I'm going to reassess this now, maybe this whole time they were gearing up for tonight, and they just needed that day in between, like an off day, like between NBA games or something. They needed a breather, rest up, stretch, and get ready for the real fight.
This is the last night of the convention. It's all or nothing right now. Kamala was supposed to speak soon, so I think we're trying to send the message, get closer to the United States in full force and let her know. The only way we make change, baby, we gotta let them know they gotta fear us. They don't fear us, they'll do what they want. That's right. They won't stop until we stop them.
That's right. And before we came back on live with you guys, that was the message of the last speaker saying, we know Kamala's about to speak. We're ready to challenge that speech, whatever the hell that Obama, whoever came up with on that page, wanted to say. We're ready to challenge that with some real stuff, what people actually say, not some contrived script that that was done in a Hollywood background writers meeting. This is a real message from the people, and they were ready for it. So I think it is actually, yes, deliberately timed to happen while conflict is on.
And let's hope it's effective. We'll see. And once again, we're out here in the protest, not inside the convention, because they're not going to tell you what's going on inside the convention. They're going to talk all rosies and nice, and look at little Josh coming down singing, songs. You got Stevie Wonder. They're not going to show you what's going on out here. That's why we are out here. We chose not to go into the convention. We chose to be out here to speak to the people and go over them and see what they have to say. The messaging, I want to say about the messaging has been so great. The other night, they were even trying the financial message, right? Hey, I don't care where you stand on Israel, Gaza, you're paying for this. That was a big message, and that message was resonating. I think it was a great message. They were on top of the message. The organizers, the leaders of the march, so hopefully they'll keep it going. But this is all or nothing right now. This is fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. United Center, we're on the way, baby.
We're on the way. Jayme's been holding it down for us in the studio. Was left and Pasta to Go Combo Couch Studio. Thanks so much for holding it down. And for those of you guys on all of our multiple streams, sticking it out, because I know this technical problem that was deliberate, by the way. They deliberately jammed the airways because we knew we had the full power, we knew we had full bars on our phones, we had the reception, and then all of a sudden we could not get on the stream. So what's going on right now, I know Pasta's going to start to get back on his cam, so we have the Matt cam going, we got the Pasta cam going, and we'll take it as long as we can. Yeah, we'll take it into the night if we have to. But yeah, and you guys, again, thanks for sticking it out with us, because you're getting it right here on the ground. That's what we say here on Homeless to Go. We say, when at all possible, we go to the story. And that's what we're doing tonight on the ground. Craig Pasta, Joe Jula, Matt Weinglass,
boots on the ground, and that armchair journalist bullshit we are here. Chicago, look at the cops are on the move there. You can see them moving up. Here they go. This is where they can get into pedaling position. Pedaling is the box in hand, where they don't have to and so we're getting it out. Most of these cities, they want to get in this area, but at one point, they can roll it because literally it comes slowing down. And we see that summer protest.
Yeah, that would be something you can feel that when it's terrible, but when you do it, the mood, the environment changes. I thought it was about to happen earlier, and then there was a little calm, and then we picked it up again. But we know that feeling, and we'll let you guys know if there's something.
That is very possible.
they cannot hear us.
You will
can hear me. Pasta went around to the other side. Yes. Yes, as we can hear, the MC, the speaker right now is being very clear, getting louder, very specific on the crowd. This is very low. We did not see this coming, guys. We did not actually see this coming. You can hear us right now, but that's because we have a problem with it's too loud. It's a great problem to have. They're calling to stay on the streets. That means not to leave the streets. This continues. The movement Shut it down! 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 We shut it down! We shut it down! We shut it down! 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 So as Pasa was saying earlier, at any time the police could get the call to move in. This could happen at any time. We're going to know it, but it will be too late. By the time they figure out, or the time we figure out that they've done it, it will be too late. But we will know that it is happening. We will feel that moment that they move that perimeter in. It could be coming at any time. So, but the people don't care. They're staying in the streets. The chant is literally in the streets. Pasa, you're on mic with me. We can hear you. We can't see you. But if you want to chime in at any time. But yeah, this is like I think you had said. Well, he can't hear me. That's okay. We're both doing good. Leslie's doing good. We're all good. I just want everybody to know we're safe. So we see a little bit of the comments, and we see you guys having, I would say, healthy discourse, which is fine. I actually think that's fine. I haven't really looked close to the comments, but we should have debate. It's okay. And if there's anybody that disagrees with what's going on here, you should be professional and respectful, adult enough to have a conversation about it. But there's a very particular reason why people are here. Oh good. We got Pasta back on. Pasta Cam. Matt Cam, Pasta Cam coming to you live at the same time. Triple streaming for you guys right now. But these are the conversations we can continue to have after today, no problem. But there's a very particular reason that people showed up here today. If you're going to turn on mainstream media right now, they're going to tell you otherwise. They're going to tell you that the mission is scattered, it's disjointed, it's violent, it's hateful. All these things are obviously not true, but they're not going to tell you that on mainstream. So we're telling you that here because we're right here. We show up. We show up to the story. We get you the story from the ground, not just report the news, but we show up to the news. We're doing the job that the mainstream media refuses to do. If you guys can still hear it. Let us know. No, I appreciate that, Judy. I'm going to put this one up. Judy says, last night in Chicago, yeah, try not to end up in a cell. We appreciate your sentiment, Judy. You do. Actually, I'm going to push back. I'm going to push back and Jordan is saying, I don't think anyone will. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Jordan, just to let you know, the Tuesday night was also peaceful. Tuesday night was also peaceful. And people did end up in a cell. Journalists ended up in a cell on Tuesday nights. I want to be very clear that even though it feels peaceful, that doesn't mean the police still can't commit their taking away the right for protest at a peaceful march, and people do end up in jail. So we did witness that on Tuesday. So yes, I will have to correct you on that. It can happen at any time. People can end up in a cell, and I do think that's why Judy made that comment. And we'll try not to. We will certainly try not to end up in a cell tonight. And I think, hopefully most people don't. Yes, absolutely, Judy. Absolutely, we will stand strong. And I think everybody out here is doing the same, and we are staying safe as possible. Absolutely.
the Philippines. It's tired. Finally a coalition group. Finally a coalition group. We think it's awesome that you guys are here.
Take out the sound.
It's a combination of a lot of things.
Yes.
So the DNC is the perfect time to demonstrate our beliefs and our philosophy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what is the beliefs and the philosophy?
Yeah, we're trying to combat imperialism. It affects all of us.
Absolutely.
Especially Filipinos here in Chicago. There's a long history of imperialism. And it has affected our culture, our families.
I've spoken to a lot of people from the Philippines that feel a lot of their elections are not fair. They have Smartmatic there. They've chosen the leaders, the Western leaders. So therefore they're in charge. And I think it's great that to end imperialism, you guys are here. Hey, enjoy the rally, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You have a good one. Take care.
Buddy. Huh?
What group are you in?
I go on Sputnik all the time, but I have my own show. We're from the anti-imperialist left. We did all the Rage Against the War Machine, all those things, but we're like anti-imperialist across the board. We believe the empire needs to get out of the 1,000 bases they're in. They need to stop messing in the South China Sea. They need to get out of the Philippines. They need to get out of Bangladesh. Our show is called, you have a card? You have a business card? Do you have a business card?
Yeah.
Here, let me get this for you. Get the business card. And I can get that. I had my thumb on it. I'm going to charge that.
Be careful, he just dropped it and there's glass all over.
Okay.
Don't cut yourself.
Hold on to this. I got this.
Watch the glass on your hand.
Gotcha. It's not cracked completely.
It is in the back.
Okay, I'll be very careful.
This is my direct number on that one. If you want
Hey, start the charge. Hold the whole thing. I'm sorry about that. I know it sucks, but it happens. I got that little crack there. Don't get upset.
No, it's my phone.
Oh.
It's okay.
Don't get upset.
No, it's okay.
At least they got it through a space where it's open. Holy cow, that was good. Starbucks workers.
when you plug this in, did you take another thing out?
Did we what?
I was wondering if you remember who took this out.
I think you already had. I put that in. Oh, you lost the sound piece?
I don't know. Everything is kind of.
Okay, let's take a look. I got this one right here.
That's cool.
You got the other one. We have to find the one piece. All right, let's go over to the spot.
You just had it.
Take a look at your pocket. I didn't even realize what was going on. Alright, so you're missing the one piece? Where'd you find it?
No, I'm not sure what happened there.
Okay, so let's take a look, make sure you check all your pockets. When you went into her bag, did you throw it in the bag? you in town? When? Okay. No Chinese food. Take the bella tomorrow night. All right. It's okay. Nice meeting you in person, brother. Russell. Yes.
Who do you guys with?
Independent journalists.
Okay.
I have about 3 or 4 shows we do. Okay. The homeless left, the combos house. I go on Sputnik on a regular basis.
Okay.
You know what Sputnik Radio is?
Were you at the RNC?
I was not at the RNC, but I covered the Libertarian Convention.
Okay.
So this is my second convention.
Okay. So after what you saw today,
To the park, guys. To the park. We're closing the program. To the park.
Okay.
But
make your way to the park. We are closing at the park.
To lose, and
right,
he's in a downfall right now.
Yeah.
But Kamala, I don't think she can ride this. I think that the hiding, no interviews,
no interviews,
no press conferences, no questions,
no
policies on your website. It's only so far, but right now she's riding off the emotions of the people who will be so happy that Joe Biden's gone.
Right, yeah.
So we'll see. It's up for grabs. And I know the WHO just released a global pandemic warning for monkeypox. That might hit the shores of America and send the whole election over.
Okay, interesting. You know what? I heard RFK is going to drop out tomorrow. Oh, really? Okay. You're very informative.
I know. That's all I do. I swim in this stuff. Sorry about that.
Okay, so
what are we doing? Are we marching or dispersing?
Go to the park.
Okay, gotcha.
We're heading to the park now. We lost our sound a little. I think we can hear
we're
it
back
now.
in the park right now?
I think we're going back. In the park, yeah.
Okay.
We got a couple little technical things there, but everybody seemed to make it safe to the park. No arrests, it seems. So that's good.
Maybe we should try to get some interviews now.
Okay. Okay, guys, we're gonna go for some interviews here. Sucks if this doesn't go sideways anymore. Maybe he's up there.
All right, I want to chime in here on something. In the distance on Pasta's video right there, you can hear them chanting, "The people united will never be defeated." This drives me nuts. That's not how the chant goes, because defeated doesn't rhyme with united. You're supposed to say the people united will never be divided. I know it's not a perfect rhyme, but it's better than defeated. It drives me nuts.
Ford!
We need Pasta to get some interviews. This is a good time for it. But he can't hear me, unfortunately. Do this. Got a banner.
Hey, can you hold this for me like this and just like this?
Yes.
It's big because it kind of swings, so you got to put your thumb up there.
Oh. Got it?
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a little closer to the drum circle. I'll be back. What's up, buddy? Matt. Vermin! What's going on, Vermin Supreme? What are you doing?
You know, just exercising my First Amendment free speech rights as an American and human being and stuff. And yeah, how about you?
I'm doing good. The last time we talked, I think it was 2020 in New Hampshire. You were running for president. We had a conversation about it. Libertarian Party 4 years later, a little bit different, right?
Well, yes, absolutely.
I didn't see you around the convention this year. What happened?
Libertarian Party?
Yeah.
I did that bit. Come on.
Gone.
They took such a hard right turn. The Mises Caucus. I mean, they essentially that takeover chased away the entire Vermin Supreme wing of the party. 20% of the delegates in the 2020 convention decided, and they said clearly that Vermin Supreme was a wise choice for the nomination to represent the party. When after 22, the takeover, they lost 20% of the membership, and I assume that was my 20%. And of course, when I was running in 2020, there was the Libertarian Socialist Caucus, which was a real thing because I was coming from a more left anarchist perspective, Kropotkin style anarchism, and I was trying to insert that into the Libertarian Party. And I have reason to believe that my left incursion may have inspired the hard right pushback. It didn't happen. But nonetheless, so now I am the endorsed presidential candidate of the United States Pirate Party. Now the Pirate Party is it's not exactly a spin-off of the Libertarian Party, but it could be a spin-off of the European Pirate Party, and it does have a Libertarian Socialist lean.
Yes.
I would say I think that's fair. And they, in all their infinite wisdom, agreed that I should be their candidate. And they don't care what the fuck I do. They really don't. I can do anything, and they're cool with it. And so that is the beauty of the U.S. Pirate Party, USPirates.org. I've been talking to Yippies. The Yippies might give me their endorsement also. So things are looking up for my campaign for sure. It continues. It moves right along.
We just put it on the screen there for you. See Vermin Supreme 2024.
I am on the ballot in Delaware. General election in Delaware under the Conservative Party. So I'm still mostly a writing candidate. But once again, so what?
Yeah. So it's so funny that I run into you today. I'm going to put this camera on me today. It's so funny I run into you today, right? Because I've been calling myself a leftist libertarian. I come from the anti-imperialist leftist. Like I support Bernie Sanders in 2016, Tulsi Gabbard in 2020, where I met a lot of libertarians in New Hampshire.
Right, sure.
So I'm running around the party going, hey, you have a home for me. I'm a libertarian socialist. You have a home for me. And it's almost like you're a warning to me because if I try to join that party right now, I'm in the bottom 5%. And I said, why don't you have a home for me? Why don't you have a way for me? However, the values of the libertarian movement, the freedom movement, civil liberties, anti-interventionism, freedom of speech, isn't that I mean, in some ways, are you so happy that a lot of people are paying attention to the Libertarian Party? Just because it has problems, like every single party that has its own problems.
Yes, I mean, I ended up having to make a personal apology to the people that I brought into the party. Because I feel that I may have led them astray. I mean, when I entered it, when I joined it in 2020, yes, I knew it was quite possible I would be fascist adjacent. I mean, that's sort of hard to avoid, and there was that overlap. But I did battle with them. I chased Saul Invictus away by threatening an imaginary pie, for example, at once.
You wanna hold? Gotcha. You wanna do yours? Are you watching? Can you hear this thing?
There's some problems I had to take the mic out.
All right, never mind. All right, just keep it very close.
I'm just going to do this shot here while I do this.
Keep it very close.
Let's go for it.
All right, so
once again, of course, now I'm running against the U.S.
You can talk to us, okay.
I've joined the U.S. Pirate Party, and listen, I'll tell you a little story. When in 2022, when the Libertarian Party, after the Reno reset, one of their first official acts was getting rid of the anti-bigotry plank. We find bigotry irrational and repugnant. The body decided to throw that away. The Pirate Party picked that up and made it part of their platform.
Yeah.
I saw that happen in real time.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
What about though, and I know that what they did to you in the party is not right, but we did share the stage, the anti-imperialist left and the Libertarian Party. The Mises Caucus came together to get on stage in Washington, D.C. to protest against the Ukraine war. We have people like Scott Horton, Daniel McAdams.
Don't
get me started. But they normally don't stand with people like Jimmy Dore, Max Blumenthal, all these other,
Don't get me started on Scott Ritter. That's what I have to.
Scott, not Scott Ritter. Scott, Scott Horton.
Scott Horton.
Scott Horton, yes. But they also brought on Scott Ritter, and I ended up having to rage quit. That was the second time I rage quit the LP because not everybody knew that I had quit. Yeah. And so when all that shit was going down,
yeah.
I had to like make it very clear that I was no longer associated with the
Was it Ritter?
That was
Scott Ritter?
Yeah.
For the accusations.
The accusations and the convictions and the entrapment or whatever, but his predilections, if you will.
Yeah.
And of course, it stands in odds.
Do you think he could have been framed though in the CIA? I mean, he did speak out against the Iraq War.
It's extremely unlikely, but it's possible.
I hear you. Okay.
It's possible.
Your belief's your belief, sir. I stand by Vermin Supreme. You're Vermin Supreme.
I mean,
in the Pirate Party, if you get elected, does everybody still get a pony?
Yes, and a parrot.
A pony and a parrot. Vermin.
All right. Thank you very much. Good to see you too.
Such a great cause. What message do you have though for the Palestinian protests out here right now? What's taking place in Gaza?
Well, once again, of course, I am foursquare against that, but I do have a 52-state solution. A 52-state solution. And I believe that if we bring Israel and Palestine over here to this country, let's put Israel, let's say, somewhere in Texas, Palestine in Wyoming, and rebuild the holy sites out of styrofoam. We'll bring in the Disney technologies to do that. And I think they just need a little space from each other, and I think that would really help. But yes, I am the not so thrilled with genocide candidate. Let me tell you that.
Thank you, Vermin.
I'm already against the next fucking genocide, motherfuckers.
You got it, Vermin. Thank you so much, Vermin Supreme.
We're making it work. Okay, we made it.
Oh, God. Wait, you got some, you're at the DNC convention, and you got some here. Do it with this one, because it's got the boom mic real quick.
You got it.
Okay, and you got to hold your finger here.
Yeah,
stuff.
Okay.
All right, I got you got me, okay. So you get libertarian freaking, what do you call that? Alley talk or shop. Elliot, what's going on behind the scenes? That was Vermin Supreme. He was in the Libertarian Party. He was almost a nominee for president back in 2020. Something happened, I don't know, at the convention. I don't know what it was. But then he left the Libertarian Party, but was very popular and famous because he wears the boot on his head. And he says he gets elected, everyone gets a pony. So he kind of talked about the Mises Caucus. He talked about Rage Against the Machine and stuff. And it's obvious that he did not, or maybe he's tried to work with the Libertarian Party, but things didn't work out. So here he is protesting and giving you the Vermin Supreme answers that he said. Texas and this guy's crazy. But we're at the convention, and it's kind of crazy to see Vermin Supreme. That's that. Is that you, the Make America Great hat? Did you speak to him before?
Yeah, we talked to the American. No, not that one. That's a different one.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Nah,
he doesn't look all there. I don't know.
That might not.
I might not be the best representative, but I don't know.
So they made it to the park, man. This is
yeah. Oh man, I think it's time we start winding down.
Let's wind it down. Let's close out.
Yeah. Really quickly, here we are. Can you get us both on this one real quick?
Yes.
Jayme, right? Careful, it might slide down, but it's good for now. All right, so what do you think? We're here at the park. It looks like it's kind of dispersed a lot. The cops are still here. They're not making it to the United Center. I guess it was blocked off, and then they get through. So hopefully they got as close to take that. But I mean, this is the conclusion of the night. You're gonna go back and listen to the speech.
There's a lot to go through. There's a lot to marinate on. We're gonna try and get some sleep tonight. That's for sure. But we definitely have to hear the speech. The old speech that was well fleshed out, we imagine.
Yeah.
The writers and the writers. Yeah, they're gonna keep going.
They're gonna keep going for a while.
In case this didn't get through earlier.
Get closer though.
Yeah. In case this didn't get through earlier, because it was loud, and that's a great problem to have. It was too loud, too much noise is a great problem to have.
Yeah.
But if this didn't come through earlier, I would say that the irony is that you have the juxtaposition of the voices that were speaking the loudest were coming from this natural, organic place that actually caused that emotion. You could feel that emotion in the air. And we talk about emotion, we talk about it on the show, we talk about contrived emotion, the opposite of that, which is happening right now. We're going to go watch that speech. We're going to do some commentary on it probably tomorrow. contrived emotion, contrived hope and change, contrived joy, contrived tears, and people at home that chose to watch CNN tonight instead of us, instead of Do Dissidents, instead of the others that are out there with us, with the people, that those who chose to watch those networks instead got a sense of contrived joy, but they don't know the difference. We're here to tell you there is a difference. What we experienced on the street tonight was real, organic people. The people's voice is the voice of Gaza, is the voice of the oppressed, is the voice of the economically deprived, is the voice of those whose voices have been censored on purpose, by the way. And we're here to fight for that. So yeah, that's the funny part, is that we go and watch Kamala's speech. It's going to be everything that's the opposite of that. Those fake tears. And I feel bad for anybody still thinking that. They're thinking that the joy they're feeling, and they're posting on Facebook right now how happy Kamala made them feel tonight. And they're doing
Glass
it.
ceilings. Glass ceilings.
I don't have to check it. You guys know that's out there right now. You guys might have it in your own feeds right now.
Glass
Oh
ceilings.
my God, this moment was the moment of my life, and I just couldn't believe it. And the feelings they're my feelings. They weren't told to me by Rachel Maddow. I feel them. They're my feelings.
How do you think they feel right now, though, tonight, with how she's making the speech and I accept the nomination, John Kerry reporting for duty kind of style. I'm sure we're going to see that. But how do you feel tonight if you're an American voter, not even so much a Democrat, but a Republican or a Republican, excuse me, and you see this election where there's no primary process, there's no people voting, none of the voters picked Kamala Harris. There was already a lot of questions with our elections for so long. I mean, a lot of people felt that the last election was stolen as an American. I think they're like, man, and they don't care. They're just ramming it down your throat. Take it, this is what you get. You have no say. We're going to coronate Kamala, and that's it. Deal with it. What are you going to do about it? Did you think the movement tonight was enough to make a little impact, what we saw?
A little impact for the people that showed up, the family members and friends that everyone here is going to go home and talk to. Yes, a little tiny impact, a little dent in the dam, a little crack in the dam, as they say, which we want. We want to see that dam come down. A little crack maybe happened today, and that's a good thing.
Highlight I want to point out towards the very end of this protest, marching towards this park, we saw a group, an anti-imperialist Filipino group, saying, U.S. get out of the Philippines. I wanted to see a lot more of that, but I was happy to at least see that. We wanted more anti-imperialist groups here to join. I wish they would have got it together. Really, I do. I really wanted to see an anti-Ukraine push, like an anti-Zelensky push. I wanted to see that. I didn't see that.
They're not ready for that yet.
I know they're not ready for that.
It's
a phone call that they have with Victoria Nuland picking their government is not enough.
No,
I mean, and all the money they've wasted there, and 500,000 Ukrainians, 100,000 Russians, millions displaced.
If Bernie Sanders is going to tell them, look, Netanyahu, we need to do something about this humanitarian crisis. At the same time, he's arresting Code Pink people for showing up to his rallies and showing him tweets about diplomacy in Ukraine. He's saying, no, more money to Ukraine, more money. If Bernie Sanders can't even pretend to have the same empathy for the hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians that are dead because of our proxy war, if you can't even pretend to have the empathy there, how are these folks going to understand that? And I'm not trying to relieve the blame from them, because they have to do a little more work, they have to do a little more research.
Yes.
But it is a process, and Gaza is the easiest to understand. Caitlin Johnson said it best. Her tweet that came out shortly after October 7th, she says there's an order of understanding here, and we get it. She's understanding that because Gaza is in Israel, it's so easy to get it that if you don't see that, you're just not a human. But if you can start with that, at least then you can work your way up. And there's an order. You finally get to it. I think she said herself, her take was that the Ukraine and Russia situation is the second, maybe hardest one to understand out of the last 20 years of American imperialism. The hardest being probably Syria, but Ukraine is a close second. So we have to give them at least some breathing room to go home and to do a little research. But at least we start here, right? At least it's got Gaza. They get it. Here they are. How could you not see that? So that's a great place to start, I see.
See a PSO thing? There were the drumsticks. I didn't see many of them tonight. This is how you know there are no real philanthropists for the left. There's no real help. If Roy Singham had a lot of money, and he supposed to have a ton of money, he would have flew out different groups. Where's a group from the Congo? There's all these different groups. Fly them out here. It's about finances. You can't afford to take off and come here unless they get help. This is how you know we have no saviors coming for you. We have ourselves. That's it. We got to take care of ourselves. They do not care. Nobody is helping us out. It's up to us to go help each other out, especially ourselves.
Hey, great conversations today, man. I loved what we did. I loved you guys coming in and out the whole day. We've been doing it all day. We're inspired by Do Distance, doing 9-hour shows every day. We did a bunch.
I think
today,
Russell's still around here.
Is he still around?
He's kind of wobbling. He's so tired.
Yeah, he seemed really tired.
Really, I say, you want to go out and get a drink? He just
he looked
gave me that look. But but hey, guys, thank you so much. I'm going on Sputnik tomorrow, 9:15, I think, Chicago time. The backstory, we're going to talk about what we saw today, what we witnessed today, what's going on in the streets, and also Kamala's speech that we have to go listen to, which I tell you is going to be little 30-second snippets. They can take little, I was that little girl. Watch for all that stuff.
Were people doing the drinking game on how many cacklings they heard?
Our friend DC, he created a bingo list. For the
nice! I want to see that.
Yeah, you got a bingo list. Come on.
How many? If you get a cackle, you get a bingo.
Remember, we can't be deterred by what can be. We'll start taking this. Hey,
not by what it. Wait, cannot be unhinged.
Unburdened.
Unburdened.
Wait,
unhinged.
You see how it doesn't ever stick? We've heard this like
what can be
100,000.
unburdened by what has been. What is?
You said it right.
We can't.
What can be or can't be
Russia
unburdened.
has a big country next to Ukraine, a
by
small
what has
country.
Well, it's hard to understand. Come on.
All right, over under. One time, does Kamala mention Putin in her speech tonight? Once. One time. Yes or no?
No.
I'm saying yes, that she mentions it once.
No.
I say she meant.
Obama did.
Can anyone tell us?
Obama did one last edit. Obama did one last proof.
Yeah.
And he goes, everything in here checks out. I just want to make one last adjustment. This line about Putin, Kamala, I don't think the American people are ready to pretend that you know anything of what the fuck you're talking about. So that line is gone. So it's crossed out. I think it was a last minute edit. It's out.
True or false? Tonight, Elon censored a lot of this in the streets.
Oh, he must have. True.
He definitely said. I guarantee you the number on Twitter will be lower than they normally are. Because
I mean, look at us getting kicked out of StreamYard. I mean, we had full power, we had full reception, and as soon as we log in, it says you can't get your blocked out of that. Who can pull that off? Oh,
look at her sign over there.
Yeah. Oh, this one, my family is in Palestine.
You want to ask your?
Yeah, come up here real quick.
We want to show that sign.
Yeah, we want to see this.
We're live.
We are. Yeah, we're live. We're finishing.
300 people watching.
This is awesome. Why did you make sure that you incorporated the money aspect? Do you think that's going to have more of an impact on what your message is trying to get out to the public?
Yeah, for sure. I think right now, I'll be honest with you, I am not a Trump supporter. Okay. I cannot stand his policies. I think we're here today in front of the DNC to actually give a message that we are very serious about this. I told somebody else over here that, Kamala, she said, I'm speaking when people were protesting. And the thing is, that is the problem. You're speaking and you're not listening. This is very important to us. My family, is in Palestine. And this has been happening for years. My father, he was born in 1944 in Palestine. Yeah. And he lived through the Nakba. He lived through the 6-Day War. He lived through countless beatings, being put in jail. And there's the survivor's guilt because half of our family is still there. And, we're here and we understand what America has given us, but it's not lost on us what they're going through. And I feel like I need to be the voice for them because they can't speak. They're starving.
What do you say to that Israeli protester that we saw right over there that said Hamas, 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 October 7th. That's all they could say. But what do you say? What's that message to them? Or the other people who are watching who are brainwashed? Because, we've been raised, we've been programmed to think that Israel needs to be a protected class, that they're the only victims out there. I mean, this is in our school books and whatnot.
Right.
You were conditioned.
Yes.
You were conditioned.
Yeah.
How do we uncondition the people is my question.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, with that thing specifically, so as we know, before Hamas existed, it was something else.
Yes.
Where they don't exist in the West Bank, there's like no excuses for that. We all know that if Hamas didn't exist, it would be something else. It's not even, everyone knows it's not a secret that Netanyahu actually promoted Hamas and he funded them because he knew that this would come about. 2014, there was Netanyahu had bombed about 3 schools in Gaza, and they killed a bunch of school children, saying that Hamas was hiding weapons in there, so they had to blow up the children. Now, first of all, we live in America. In America, we have an issue with, a mass shooting problem. What kind of logic? Speaking with that logic, if there was a mass shooter in a high school, would we say, well, we're going to blow up that entire high school so we can get to that one mass shooter? No, you wouldn't. So even if they were hiding weapons in there, you don't kill a bunch of school children just to get to one person. But I will also say with that along with that, in 2014, there was actually an investigation. And they found no credible sources, and that was from Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, United Nations. They had all put out a report. It's a very simple Google search.
Yeah.
Netanyahu was actually tried for war crimes in 2014, but you know what? He got off, and it was the same thing in 2021. There are so many years. All you have to do is see such a disproportionate number over the years, and you would clearly see that something's wrong.
Yeah.
You don't have thousands and thousands of people dead on one side and 1,000 dead on the other side and think that this is a war.
Yeah.
There's something bigger here.
Did you happen to see, I hate to go from journalist to activist, but I got to say these things because I was arguing with this dude from Israel before, and I was like, well, did you read the Haaretz article that came out last week that said it was actually the IDF that were using Palestinians captured as shields, sending them into the tunnels, booby trapping and everything like that. So, something that they're doing. It's a projection.
It's a projection because that's exactly what it is. It's it's like, and back to what you were saying before, they're indoctrinated. They're indoctrinated from a young age. Like if you go back and you watch videos from 2010, 2012, 2009 of these young children in these Israeli schools, they are teaching them Arab are Amalek. They will be our slaves one day. Arab are scum. Arab are human animals. They're teaching young children that.
Yeah.
You're
Somebody said Hebrew school is nothing but Zionism school before. I said, hey, listen, I'm not.
That is exactly what it is, like word for word. Because at this point, they're telling on themselves.
Yeah.
We don't have to do anything. This is the first live stream genocide in history, in modern world history.
Yeah, I know. That's why they wanted to take down TikTok. It wasn't about the Chinese. It was
the internet. The internet was down. You got to, with the Flower Massacre, all the other massacres that happened in Gaza.
Yeah.
You got to remember what they were doing when the cameras were not on. What was it? 2-3 weeks ago, they took a semi truck full of 80 to 100 bodies of Palestinians, no tags, no nothing. Most of them were decomposed. You couldn't tell who was what, who was who. And people had to come and sift through these bodies, hoping and praying maybe that's my husband or my uncle or my sister or my brother, so they can have closure. Yeah. Imagine, I just want you, for 5 seconds, just imagine that's you. Imagine you're running around Gaza looking for food 1 minute. The next minute you hear a boom, exactly where your family's at. All you see is smoke. It's clouds of smoke and people freaking out, screaming, crying. And I don't know if you have kids. I'm not trying to pull at your heartstrings in that way, but imagine you go back, all your kids are gone. Your wife is gone. Not only your mom's gone, your dad's gone, your brother's gone. Your nieces and nephews are gone.
Yeah.
And they're starving.
People that are mutilated can't even go to a hospital because they destroyed all the healthcare, all the school systems, all the engineers they're killing, all the doctors they're killing. Anybody that can create and sustain civilization in Gaza.
Yeah. They're killing journalists left and right. They're killing journalists. And it's so crazy because we've talked about all these situations. I mean, it just gets nuts. We didn't talk about the rape story, the rape issue, right? And everything we said, the projection, right? We have actual evidence. And we didn't talk about polio now breaking out in Gaza, right?
Polio's eradicated
So here's
from
my
the
question.
world.
I have a serious question for you, ladies. And this is the question because you started off this conversation saying, I'm not a Trump person. We're here at the DNC. Do you think either way, if you had to pick somebody, do you think either Trump or Kamala would be better on this? I'm a third-party guy. I'm voting for the Libertarian Party. So I got no say. He's a non-interventionist.
Somebody use this analogy.
Okay.
If I had to vote for Trump, or if I had to vote for Kamala, or they put a gun in my head, I'm choosing the gun. I'm choosing the gun. I will. Why? Why would I want to live in a world or a society that lesser of two? No.
Yeah. You know who said that, by the way? that was on the internet. That was said by Chase Oliver, the
Yes,
libertarian,
yes,
the guy
yes.
I'm actually voting for.
Yes,
And I don't
yes.
agree with all his things because he's really his economic policy. He's like anti-socialist. He doesn't believe in central planning.
I actually,
but he's an
when
anti-interventionist.
Hillary and Trump were in the race, I really was hoping Jill Stein. I know it's impossible for Green Party to get up there or whatever, but it's actually gaining traction that makes me happy. I would rather go undecided or Green Party. Anything, honestly, independent, Green, anything other than these two.
Yeah. Are you going to take a shot with somebody, or are you saying no way too?
I'm not voting for Trump. Again, I think the reason we're here today, I was actually wanting to see what she would do, if she would do anything different. And so far she's kind of taken the same lead as Biden did, and it's very disappointing, honestly. I'm really disappointed that
Doug Emhoff.
He's part of the Zionist party, the Zionist movement.
I want to take it
back. Let me get you. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to take it back to you had said earlier about how Kamala was responding to the protesting at her own rally, and she had that moment, and everybody celebrated it. And I'm glad you brought that up because I remember I was scrolling through and I saw even Don Lemon was doing this like boss, and she was doing that, and the whole point was that the media created this narrative that she was staring down a MAGA, staring down a Trumper, saying you go vote for Trump then, and they intentionally left out who she was talking to, trying to create this boss moment. It was infuriating. So if you're waiting to see how Kamala is responding and what she's going to do, that was it. That was the moment I knew that all the media was in on it too.
Yeah, and the thing is too, so many of us are Muslim, but also Palestinians. We're different. There's different types of Palestinians. We're just like
Palestinian
Jewish.
Christians.
We're human. There's literally Jewish, right? But the thing is, we also do know it's not like a secret that anytime you turn on the TV or anytime we have some type of role in TV, we're always depicted as the terrorist, the bad guy, the joke. It's always been that way, and media plays a strong role in that. So the thing is, the way I felt as a Palestinian American who his family is Muslim, who are like the most amazing people actually, the way I felt like personally I was being stared down, and the fact that she would even say the word Trump, which he's been this is the guy who put a Muslim ban, So for you to look at that and say like as if we're voting for Trump, like that's just ridiculous.
And the irony is that this idea, the media created this moment Kamala found herself, the boss moment. Really, so the moment is staring down a protester with a smirk on your face, with nothing to say. That's the created moment. They created that moment as the moment that Kamala.
Well, they got nothing to work with. What are they going to work with?
But the irony is that the moment they created was a moment of silence where she said nothing, and like that was her voice. She found her voice by staring down somebody.
1,000% right. It's my cousin. He works with AMP, people that organize this, and he speaks a lot. My cousin Tarek Khalil. I don't know if you guys saw him speaking, but he said it best. Kamala. What do you say? Kamala, be quiet, I'm speaking. And while you're speaking, children are dying. Or something along those lines. I didn't quote him exactly verbatim, but something along those lines. And that was powerful. That was powerful. It's exactly like you said. She's staring them down in the face like, I'm going to beat this MAGA troll. But you were staring down a protester that's sitting there because their families are dying. Their families are dying. And you literally just try to silence them. They're sitting here crying out to you because their families are dying. And you should, I'm talking. Shut up, I'm talking.
Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good luck with everything. No doubt. We want to come out here and cover this because they know they're going to be showing the convention. We want to show the movement outside.
Are you guys on Instagram or where do you?
Where's the easy way? We're more Twitter. We're politics and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, at Yo Pasta. At Yo Pasta. Y-O Pasta? Yo Pasta. I'm an Italian boy from New York, so just, And then you can find all my other shows and our shows.
Our shows together, we do a bunch of shows, but right now we're doing this. Well, my show's The Homeless Left.
Yeah.
And we kind of team up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But you're not on Instagram, just Twitter.
No, go to Instagram at Yo Pasta. Yeah. You can, and I can give you links to everything from there. That's me.
Just got our channel terminated on
I'm more Twitter.
But we're on Rumble, actually.
Okay,
We're actually
I'm
live right
Salami,
now on
Sarah,
Rumble.
so you can.
Okay.
So you'll know who I am when I.
41K. Wow.
Yeah, we've been
It's all politics and stuff, or movement activity, activist.
Before it was my work, and now it's all politics, basically.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. I'm way more active on Twitter. Same at Yo Pasta for Twitter. That's where I'm posting videos. And then I have a bunch of other shows. I have a show called The Combo Couch, I've been doing for years. Pasta to Go, which is my other new show. And my business partner, we've been doing the show for like about 7 years, but she took a job with RT and she's in Russia. So yeah, so we just do a bunch of other shows. And I go on like a lot of other radio shows. Tomorrow I'm going on Sputnik. I go on all those. So I'm on the radio a lot more nowadays. And
I appreciate what you guys are doing. That's giving a voice.
hey, I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you for hit me up. Definitely, we'll send you some links and stuff. If we get this cut up, we'll set it up to you. What was your name?
My name is Kadir. I go by Gigi also.
Gigi, I'm Craig, but I go by Pasta.
Craig and Matt, right?
Yeah, Pasta.
Nice to meet you. Pasta.
Yeah.
Pasta, Craig, I got it.
You got it.
Be homeless together. Yes. All right.
Hold this 1 second. I just want to go say hi to some fucking. There they are.
We are winding it down, folks, but I think Pasta has one more idea in his head, one more idea cooking. Pasta's cooking. One more idea he's got before we sign off. Let's see what he's come up with. I think one last moment for you guys before we sign off here. Let's see.
No, I was thinking about talking to a TSL member.
That's what it was. That's what it
Giving
was.
him some lip, but I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's a peaceful night.
You know what? Let's end on a high. That was a nice one.
Gotcha.
That was a nice one.
Guys, I'm sorry. See my personal thing, like I saw.
Come on.
Yeah.
Guys.
All right. Personally, pissed off. I'm still pissed off about Venezuela. I'm still pissed off about Venezuela, but no big deal. But anyways, it was a great night. It was good way to end it up with those two protesters.
Yeah,
and,
really good.
I mean, look, I don't know. It's kind of hard. I mean, we're in a new time. I don't know if these things are going to make the impact it has. I'm trying to think about what was left out of this particular protest. And as far as I can say, this protest here in Chicago was way better than anything I've seen in LA.
Yeah,
this has been great, and it's been at the very end seeing those Filipino groups, right? The Empire, the anti-imperialist groups. I just would have liked to see more of that, and I think they can bring more of that, and they have to find a way to do that. We have to find a way to bring all the issues and all of the people together. This is a tragic thing that's going on. It's a genocide. It's an ethnic cleansing, but it's not the only thing that's going on. Like I said, I saw a guy from the Congo on TV. He goes, "You know how many millions of people from the Congo have been killed? We have little kids working right now in the mines." So just think about that. The U.S. empire is everywhere. It's the worst, and it won't stop. There's Chuck Modi over there, guys. Chuck!
All right.
Chuck Modi!
We're gonna sign.
That's
We're gonna
it.
sign
Sorry,
off.
just
We're gonna let's go. You go. We go say hi.
Yeah.
We're gonna sign off, guys. Thanks for sticking with us.
You give a little outro, and we'll get out of here.
All right. We're done. We're done for the night, guys. Thanks for sticking around, in and out all day, doing the thing on the Convo Couch. The homeless left, teaming up with all the guys today. Heartlands Media, Do Dissidents. We were all up on that. Don DeBar checking in with us as well. We know that Wyatt was out and about. With the Gray Zone crew too. See, we're just all out here. We're doing the thing, reporting what we see, checking in with you guys because the mainstream ain't doing it. So let's go get some sleep, guys. Health's important as well. And we'll be back after we assess the Kamala's speech, and we'll have more to say on stuff tomorrow. But we'll be in Chicago one more day. I think that's it. Let's do the sign off, right?
That's it. We're signing off.
Yeah.
Time for Matt and Pasta to go.